No, no, that's Bruce playing in the background. It's not jazz. Do you like jazz? You do? Have you ever woodshedded? What is woodshedding, you say? Woodshedding is the nuts and bolts part of jazz, the place where you work out the techniques that form the foundation of your improvisational ability. Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm Rob Fitzgerald, and I'm here to make you great and help you innovate. In this episode, like a fine jazz musician, you'll begin your woodshedding in the scene editor. As you chop through this digital wood, you will find that the scene editor is where all the game action takes place. By the end of this tutorial, you will know where to access all game objects, instances, and parameters. And we will add game menus and graphics so your game has a beautiful look. But one thing I want to make sure you understand, we will show you how to get your hands on the game graphics already prepared for you. So why should you go through my tutorial? Well, here's my testimonial. I've been teaching the discipline of computer science for over 20 years. Taught thousands of students to use code as an instrument to make beautiful programs. The treasure of coding or programming are not easily accessed. You have to dig deep, discipline yourself, become focused on the code before you can unlock the treasure chest. BuildBox will start your journey and abstract the code to the simplest rendition. Some say it's like using no code at all. However, you still need to head to the proverbial woodshed and sequester yourself and demystify the art of programming. As BuildBox becomes like chopping wood for a fire, the program becomes your axe. Once you become woodshedded, BuildBox may be all you need. The program offers a very deep dive in game design. Either way, this will be a great start to your coding and game journey. So let's get started. First, let's open BuildBox. Actually, before that, let's actually show you where to get those graphics. So if I open Safari, you can see that we have a website, and it is www.themightycodecoder.com. All right, so if you go there, you'll see that here's all the tutorials. Of course, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's where to find most of it. But we'll find other little things on here, like here is the downloads for your graphics. So if you click on that, you can, have all the graphics for this tutorial. Don't you hate doing tutorials and you don't have the graphics for it? If you scroll down, you'll see that I'll have a blog and I'll have things that help some of the students out. Here's some events I went to and helped out with some community outreach. And then it has a little dissertation on who I am, and here's how you can contact me email-wise, and even my location, which that's not my location. I don't know where that's at. But anyway, so go to mightycoder.com, okay? So there's that. What are you hyperventilating about? Why are you so mad? Jeez, man. Hey. What? Yeah, I'll tell them to subscribe at the end. Don't worry about it. Okay? Be cool. Yeah. Are you cool? Yeah, be cool, dude. All right. So let's go ahead and open this up to start. So let's go ahead and quit Safari. And I like only having one thing open at a time. Let my processor totally process things. Command space, BuildBox. And if I open up BuildBox, you'll see the welcome page. Okay. And in order to get the creator window, this is where we go. But before you get to the creator window, I want you to study this a little bit. Here's your prior programs and stuff, and you can open a project or create a new one, which we're going to do here in a second. But I want you to see these tutorials here. So BuildBox has created tutorials for you, okay? And you should go through these. Okay, I like this platformer demo. It has a tutorial in it. But anyway, and there's latest news. So if you're wondering what kind of game to make, you should go through the marketing into the trending games. And that's what BuildBox is all about, is trying to build trendy games and get them in the application store. So you should read these and keep an eye on these. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and hit Create New and go to their Creator window, okay? So the game we'll be making in the tutorial will be called Glitch. Okay, and I'm going to misspell glitch. Okay, and I'm going to spell it like this. All right, so the first thing you do is put your name, and then look at all these gameplay templates they have. This is so great. So you could start with a game that's already prepared and then kind of just bring in the graphics and then add some more functionality to make it your own. So here's a wall jump. And we're going to make it wall jump. We'll go distance, single world, endless. We'll have a pause menu. Later on, we'll put a coin shop in there and do info. And you can change all that later, but for right now, we'll just keep it the way it is. And we'll actually go ahead and hit create. All right, so as it creates it, we get into the scene editor. Okay, so here's the scene editor. Beautiful looking instrument here to make our game. And yeah, so this, I'm just gonna put it right here, okay? And the scene editor has everything we need. Again, this is your proverbial woodshed, okay? And I think we used to use woodshed for something else, but anyway, in jazz, it's woodshedding, right? Paul, now that you know that what that is, woodshed, right? Yeah, it's great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let's look at the scene editor there. I want you to understand 3 spots on this. And I take all my kids through just 3 parts of a software package, and that gets them up and running, gets them confidence in those 3 areas. And you can be pretty deadly with just knowing the 3 areas. And of course, there's other areas, other windows. You think of something like Adobe Premiere. Wow, there's a lot of windows that open up. It gets really confusing. I usually try to break it down into 3 and let them self-discover other windows they could use or have it at your access. So the 3 windows that I want you always to have understand are these right here. So this is the assets panel, okay? This is the scene tree, okay? And these are your properties, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and I guess I broke my rule already. This is 4. This is actually where everything takes place, okay? This is the scene editor window. All right, so, but you need to know all these surroundings to edit it, okay? Now this one, if I hit, spacebar, I can move it around, okay? I could zoom it in and out, okay? We can move things in so we could see it. All right, so it's very, very cool. Very, very easy to manipulate. All right, but let's first start by talking about the asset panel. So here's characters. So I have characters in my game. Here's a character down here, and you see that I already have a character in. All right, let's talk about global and local properties, okay? So if I click on this over here, all these are global properties, meaning every character I have in my game will be controlled by those properties. If I click the character over here, you see it has the what we call handles. See the handles that it has around it? When I click the instance of that object, okay, these are big words that we use in computer science, and that's why I'm using them like that. I don't know if BuildBox uses them like this, but this is what I'm using because I want you to get used to the verbiage of computer science. So this instantiation or instance of the character now has its own instance variables over here. So you see the difference between the global variables of the character and the instance variable of the character? Okay, that's very important because in this case, if you go under objects, I have an enemy, and an enemy has certain properties, okay? So if you see, I have these 3 enemies already on here. Now I can control their global properties. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's open up that graphics folder that hopefully you downloaded. You found that on my site. And you can go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and make this enemy. If I take this image and I drop it right in here, you're going to see all these enemies now look like these cool looking mountains, okay? And it changed every one of them. All right. But if I just click on one of them, then instance, and come over here, like let's say just rotation, I could go 180 and you see it only changes one of them. So you see the difference between the global and the instance. Very important concept in computer science also. Sometimes you want the same type of object, but you want to do doing things a little bit different. Just almost like you're an object, right? But you don't dress the same as your brother or your sister or your friends, right? So you're the same object, you're a human being, but you want to have a little bit of customization, okay? So, yeah. Yeah, Paul, yeah, customization. You know, like that shirt. See, I'll never wear that shirt. You wear that shirt because you work at Trader Joe's, okay? So, yeah. Don't get, okay, getting mad again. Okay, here we go. Just be cool, cat. Just be cool. All right. All right. So here we go. So now let's undo that and bring that mountain back. So I just showed you simply how to change a global property and change a graphic. We're gonna in this episode I want to change a lot of graphics. Okay. So let's actually play this and show you that's a playable game. Okay. So play it. There it is. Start it, and look at it. They got the mountains in there, and I got my character, and it's bounding back and forth. And if I hit the mountains, they're enemies, and I die, and game over. Okay? Pretty cool. Yeah. Cool, huh? Cool, Paul. Yeah. You got to watch this. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So let's keep going. Now, see this game over screen? I'd like to take that and change it to where it's something a little bit more jazzy. Okay? Something that has some nice colors and design. So we're going to do this. If you put together game groups, you might want to have a designer to just create your design and your layout, your menu graphics and whatnot. Okay, then other people could design the game, and you could have you could do anything you want. In here, we're going to put you guys into groups and let you guys figure out who has what job, and put these games together as a group. All right, so let's kill that. Now, how you change that menu is you go up here in the menu editor. Okay, see that right there? All right, if I click that, you'll see that I have nodes. Okay, I have green and blue nodes. All right, and so the green are actually worlds. I'm sorry, the blue are worlds. Okay, dang, I'm sorry, Paul, I misspoke. Okay, just be cool. Yeah, cool. All right, so the blue are worlds and the green are menu items. So the menu items are what we want to edit. So if I double click on the menu item, there it is. Okay, now if you have your graphics here, you can now change some of the graphics. So the first thing I'll do is let's change some UI. And so I'll go to the main menu, and let's first start by doing background. So if I click the background, this instance has an image right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click the background for the menu, and I'm going to drop it right into the image. And you see when you drop it in, right away it's not the same size of my game. So what you have to do is take the handles and kind of get it sized properly. All right, I'm holding space again. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay, beautiful. All right, and now there's some other stuff in there like the logo. All right, and so here's the game. And if you can't click on the image here, you could come over here and click on it. You see the handles. Once you see the handles, okay, remember these little square things, we call them handles. Once you see the handles, then you could switch them out, okay? So, or you selected it. Now we're going to use this graphic that BuildBox gave us. Beautiful. Okay, nice. All right, start. Same thing. I'll just start it in the scene tree up here. Start. Okay, and I got the start PNG right here. I'll throw it right in there. Okay, really nice. They wanted us to add one more thing because this is the menu. This is the first scene or menu item they see, so they want to jazz it up. So they have a little character that's looks like he's in motion. But see, there's no character in here to start. So how do I, get it over here? Well, this round circle comes up. And I feel like I should back this off a little bit so you guys can see that full circle. So if I have a new character, they have a new way to get things into your game. They give you this quadrant of 4 different types. Okay, the circle, and you got to figure out what exactly you're bringing in. Are you bringing an action button, a navigation button, an image, or just a purchase button? Okay, right now this is just an image we want to put on the menu. It's not going to have any functionality, so we drop it in there, and we can go ahead. If I hit Command, I could rotate this thing around and look like it's bouncing off the wall like it does in the game. All right, so this is going to be the color scheme or the style tile of our game. Colors of it, okay, what was you might ask, what was the difference of having the circle or just dropping it? Remember, this button right here, this start button, is actually a button. So if I would have went and if I took the start button and dropped it in like this, I'm changing the navigation of this site, and I don't want that because I know that start button works. So what I want to do is just change the graphic, not the functionality of the button. So be careful on how you bring things in. If it has functionality like the start button does, you don't want to change that button out, or you got to redo the functionality. And sometimes that might be hard. Sometimes, especially in the beginning, you may not know how to do that. So if I play this, you're going to still see there it is, beautiful, and that start button still works. Okay, let's change some of the graphics in the game now. As you can see, they're trying to say that character should be that pink little guy. All right, and it should have better backgrounds. So let's go out of there, and let's go back to this. Go back to our menu editor, and let's click on the world. Okay. All right, everything cool so far? Paul, you staying up? You're cool? Okay. All right, good. If you have questions, let me know. All right. If if I'm going too fast for you, just let me know. All right, I'll answer your questions. Sure. Anything you have to say. I know it's a lot. Just stay with us here. Stay with us. Okay. All right. So there we go. So now we're going to change. We changed already the mountains. Let's change the character. So if I click on the character here, it doesn't have, the instance doesn't have any parameters to change. But if I go into character here and click on it, now I have all these default animations. I have a move animation. And if I don't want it anymore, if I don't want to have this animation, I can just click this X. Okay. And I could just click that X. And let's bring something else in. So the character they want us to use is in a character folder here. All right. So I'll go to default animation. Okay. And there's a bunch of graphics in here. Look at all the graphics in there. Like, which one do we use? Well, you can also use animation. Yeah. Yep. So you can get, no, don't get mad. They're not going to compete against you. I know you're an animation, but don't get all mad at me and stuff. You know, you get, dude, you just get too mad, Paul. You got to settle down. I'm trying to give a tutorial. All right, so if you want to have all these graphics, you can go ahead and click on this, and you could go ahead and drag them all in. And once again, you could do this, but remember that character has functionality. I think I would just drop them in here, and so it'd keep its functionality. And now I have a animation. And if you click on the little let me show you that there was a little tool there. See that? So if you click on that tool, it'll show you the animation. This little animation editor comes up. Isn't that cool? I mean, they thought of a lot here. And if I play that, there it is. There's my little, see, it looks like going through a little glitch. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that. And there he is in my game. And if I play it, you'll see now you have this character that's scrolling through, and it's pink, and it's animating. Can you see the animation? Let me see if I could scroll in without dying. Okay, there we go. I did it, luckily. So you see it's glitching a little bit. The animation's going. All right. I feel like it's backwards, though. I feel like it should be going the other way. Can I switch that? Let me see if I could switch that for you guys. All right, so if I click on character and click on this guy, here's rotation. All right, so I want to go 180 degrees in the other way. All right, so let's go ahead and play that now and roll it and see if I have that. I want these little I don't know, trails behind it as it's traveling. And it felt like they were in front. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this, and I'm gonna start. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that looks good. It looks like they're behind now. Okay, so I rotated the character 180, and now he has those trails kind of behind. That looks good. All right, very good. All right, let's stop that. All right, how about the background? The background's a little pale. It's gray. It's not the best thing in the world. So let's try to figure out if the... Yeah, that was great, huh, Paul? You like that so far? You like the game so far? Very cool. All right. So let's go ahead now, change the background. So I'm going to now... Here is the background layer. And again, if I want to go into the background, I can click it up here, and you can see that they're both locked. We have these eyes, just like Photoshop on them. You can turn things on, turn them off, especially when you get things done and you don't want to mess with them. Like let's say the mountains. We don't want to mess with the mountains anymore. You can turn them off so you don't see them, or even better, just lock them. Just lock them so you don't mess up on them. And the ones we want to unlock is the backgrounds. Okay, and the dark backgrounds are the same. We're just going to change this background. Okay, and so you can see the dark backgrounds. If I turn that on and off, see it? It's kind of like this opaque cloud base thing, try to give us depth, I guess. And so let's turn those on, turn those off, and let's just work with this background image. So that background image is right here. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and go back into my graphics, and here are two backgrounds. So they want two backgrounds to put in here. So let's put the first one in. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop it in there. Now you see it's way too big. And I don't like how it came in, so let's exit out of there, and let's put it in the other way. And so if I could put it here, I could just drop it in here as a background image. There it is, background. Okay, so if you drop a background in, look at it, puts it perfect with the game. So sometimes you want to use that circle because it positions things purposely. Now the background has this handle right here. All right, and it automatically put the background in this area over here. So that's the difference between dropping it over there in the instance properties or the global or the circle. All right, so I want this thing, and I want it in the back behind the clouds. So let me turn the clouds on, and you see that now the clouds will show up as I drag it down. See how it got darker? Okay, you see that, Paul? You see how it got darker? Yeah, like a magic trick, huh? All right, so the closer something is to your face, okay, so we're talking about layers here, the higher it is up on the scene tree, okay? So understand that. So as I pull it down, it goes deeper into the, I guess you would call it the Z-axis, all right? But depth, it gets deeper past it, okay? So the top one, like these platform are the closest ones to my eyes, okay? The furthest from my eyes is the background. All right, so that looks pretty good. There is one more that they want to put in. So they gave you two backgrounds, so they want to drop this background in also. Okay, and it's just these little poppy things. And if you want, you could spread them out a little bit so they scroll across the whole thing. Okay, and if I play that, you're going to see now these beautiful backgrounds in your game. See them? All right, and they're moving at different rates. Well, they could move at different rates. Okay, they're not right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop this, and let's change. Oh, you see the game over menu? We got to change that too. All right, let's switch background 1. We could probably get rid of this background because we don't need it. And there's a little trash can right here. See that trash can? And so I could just delete that because that background really is not in anymore. So let's make background 1 go a little bit faster than background. Let's make it go, let's say, at a speed of 5. Okay, the higher the faster. Okay, so if I go like that, and if I hit play, now I hit start, you see now the background, see the little poppies are going slower than the background 1, and that really gives me depth, and that really is a nice play. Okay, and of course if I hit the mountains, I can die. Okay, so be careful. All right, game over. Let's switch out the game over, and we probably should also switch out the pause too. So let's do that. In fact, why don't we stop here, and you guys already know how to do that. Why don't you guys switch it off? I'll go to my outro, and then I'll come back after the outro, and I'll just do it kind of off base. Okay, so that will do it for now. And yeah, let's see. Does Paul have anything before we get going? What's that? Cat's been shedding. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoy your intro into BuildBox. Soon all your friends will be saying, Cat's been shedding. And all your coding dreams will come true. See you next time. Okay, yeah, Paul and I were just talking. He wanted a little more Bruce. You want to turn Bruce up a little bit? All right, let's turn Bruce up a little bit because he's still playing. All right, there we go. A little Bruce while we do this. All right. So what we're going to do off camera, and this is not off camera because we're on camera, we're going to actually just change those other menus. So remember, I go to my menu editor, and here, over here, there's my pause and game over. All right, so I can go to game over first, and that folder has all the graphics in it. So if you go to UI, game over, and it has the background PNG. All right, so there it is. So you can drag that in. Sometimes people get a little, little scared to change. They don't know whether to go here or here. And just try it and see the difference, And so, for some reason with the backgrounds, they didn't make these backgrounds. They made them images. And I don't know what the difference would be. I feel like they should be backgrounds. But since they're images, I'm just changing the images out. Okay, and then we'll do the game over. And here's game over. Throw that over here real quick. We could change this thing. Okay, I can make that perfectly lined up. Main menu. Okay, and they got all this stuff ready to go. Just change it out right here. Retry. Okay, click on the restart button. Go retry. So it's real easy to get the game graphics changed around. And like I said, if you're working in teams, you can make someone do the graphics and have them ready by the time you have the game interaction ready. So very cool. There's also a game over sound. I should have probably talked about that in the tutorial. But, gosh, so we have that game over sound happen. I guess the game over sound would be in this. So if I click here, here is this music for it. So if I want to put the game over sound in, I should have probably went over that. You could just drag that sound in right there and it'll play. Okay, so that's my game over. Let's play that, see if that works. I'm not sure if that works. However, let's try it. Play it. Start. Die. Yeah, it did. It worked. But it's still playing. Oh, I have loop. I have loop. Oh, I know. That's annoying you, I know. I have loop. I'll turn the loop off. See? Watch this. Alright. Let me just replay it. Alright. Let's start it and let's crash again. Just one time. Just one time, Paul. See? Really cool, huh? That's great, right? Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so what was the other thing I want to do? Oh, yeah. We want to do the pause. So double click on this. I can hold spacebar, scroll it in, and let's first do the image. So go into my UI graphics, UI, pause, background, drag it in. Okay, there it is. See how sometimes it's not, I don't like the way it does that, and it's because of the difference between a background and an image. So I'm going to pull this in and put it as an image. Okay, there you go. And then the main menu, I'm going to click here. And I'm going to put in a main menu. To my main menu. Remember, this is a button, so you definitely don't want to mess with dragging it into the wheel. You want to actually just do it over here. Okay, so main menu. Let's see here. No. Pause. Main menu. There it is. Okay, so main menu. Make sure you use the appropriate ones because they match. The build box went through the time to actually make a match, and they probably have a great designer helping them, which is awesome. And here's continue, so let's put continue in there. Okay, there you go. So pause looks great. Oh, we have one pause button here that's doesn't look great. So let's see if I need a pause button. Do I need a pause? Oh, I think there's a pause. Yeah, there's a pause. Like instead of it saying pause, they want this graphic. So, all right, so I'm going to put this graphic in. So it looks like that. And I don't know, I think maybe they want that a little bit bigger. And yeah, something like that. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Something like that. We'll keep it like that. Okay, so pause. And then if I play this now, I'm going to have a great game with some good looking graphics. See, there it is. Background's moving. I got different character. I mean, my character looks like it's glitching. I got my mountains. They look pointed and they look like they hurt. Okay, game over. I could hit retry and I could hit pause. Oops, I died before I could hit pause. There you go. Pause button looks great. Main menu. All right, everything looks great. All right, so that's it for this edition. I'll sign out and yeah, did I hit my outro? I think I already did. So what do I do? Should I do it again or should I just play some Bruce on the way out? All right, guys. Let's do the outro again. Why not?